2-0 today, Sean, against a really good side in Guilsfield. Were you happy with that performance by the boys?
Yeah, really pleased, really pleased. We said at the start of the game, you know, we've obviously we had the 8 games left, you know, before this one today. But certainly the next 4, when you're hosting Guilsfield and hosting Eards in 2 weeks, and you're travelling to places like Guilsfield and Holywell, it shows a real steel, I think, in the team. And it certainly today, we were going to show what we were made of. We made our intentions clear from the outset. We needed to impose ourselves early on the game. We needed to be on the front foot, and I thought we were. I said to the lads last week, I'd maybe give them the benefit of the doubt with the start at Queen's Park, because we hadn't played competitively for 3 weeks. But I think, in fairness, I think Guilsfield were in a similar position in a way. They probably played a little bit more than us. But our start today was fantastic. We got in some good areas in the final third. You know, we worked their keeper. We got in good areas behind their back 4. And the goal came at the right time. I felt great finish from Daz, you know, to put us 1 up. It gives you that buffer. Second half, you know, we mentioned that Guilsfield will come out and certainly have a go, and that they did. They're a very good side. They're a very good side. And again, I've got, you know, a lot of time, you know, for Nathan and his lads. They're a tough side to play against in this league, without a doubt. Their home record speaks volumes. They're still unbeaten up there, and they try and make it difficult when they come away from home. And just as they began to get a foothold on it, we scored a great goal again, you know, through Danny Brookwell. It was a great finish across the keeper. And I've just said to their officials, we scored at the right time. It settled us down again. You know, we were maybe camped in our half a little bit, like at times maybe, but, you know, in Jack Harris through the middle, in Adam Jenkins coming on, Cookie on this side as well. They've got good players. They've got good players that can hurt you. The pleasing thing was, you know, the clean sheet, the first one, but how aggressive we were and how ruthless we are. I thought Gazed and Clive epitomised that, today. You know, Reese again, just playing slightly out of position, excellent, looked assured. And Joe Williams, you know, it's a normal Joe Williams performance. And, you know, just in front of that, we unfortunately lost Kev at half-time, but Jay Crowther, you know, his footballing brain, when they're under pressure and hooking things on, is excellent, and it relieves the pressure a lot. And when you've got William runners, the Gaz Evanses, the Danny Brookwells, Daz, Breezy, it takes the pressure off them. But overall, really, really pleased, and it's a vital 3 points.
Okay, there's a big call that you made in the starting lineup today. In my opinion, as a supporter, you know, Nathan Craig, club captain, came back today. You put him on the bench. Yeah, he was on the bench. How difficult a call was that for you as a manager to make?
Very. He's club captain for a reason. You know, we unfortunately lost him last week due to a family matter. You know, and thankfully, you know, that situation's getting better. And again, you know, that win again was for Nathan and his family there. But yeah, of course it's difficult. He brings unbelievable quality. But the quality of Nathan, you know, as a person, you know, I was in touch with him regularly this week, and he totally understood. If I kept the same 11 from last week, he'd totally understand. And, you know, it's a great element of sort of professionalism. You know, Nathan's been around the footballing scene for a long time now, and, you know, it makes it slightly easier for yourself. You know, of course I want to start Nathan, but, you know, with Kevin there last week, with Jay Crowther, you know, making his debut and doing ever so well, scoring 8 goals and keeping a clean sheet, how can I? And Nathan totally agreed. You know, likewise with Reese. You know, Reese come to me and said to me he totally understands if he was to maybe drop out and Nathan was to come back in. But, you know, Reese has been fantastic, you know, in an unusual position for him. But, you know, I give him a couple of targets individually, and with Reese it's to win his one-on-one battle. And I think last week and this week, I think he's defended exceptionally well. He's been part of that back 4 there, the back 5 of Rambo. They've been resolute. They've shown sort of controlled aggression in the right areas. And I felt they were dominant, you know, against their lively 3. You know, they did cause 1 or 2 problems, but I felt overall, I just felt we were maybe just a little bit nastier. We used our heads a lot, you know, maybe to slow the game down like a little bit, like with our game management. And it paid off. We scored the second at a really good time. And yeah, you know, overall, it's you know, it's a really good win.
Yeah, the strength of the squad, Sean, I'd like to just ask you about. Because we obviously Chris was still out at the moment, Chris Williams, and you were able to bring on 3 you know, quality subs today. Nathan Craig, Sean Kavanagh and Kev Lloyd.
Yeah.
We've got a small squad, but it's a strong one, isn't it?
Absolutely. it's a luxury for a manager, but at the same time, you know, when it gets to sort of Wednesday, Thursday after the training session, and when you've received reports on the opposition for the Saturday, gives you a little bit of a headache. You know, I'm sure Lisa would probably back me up there, like, to be fair, but you know, it is, you know, Cav can unlock defences. You know, for a young lad, he's very clever in his movement when we've got the ball. I like a little bit more in his game defensively, but he'll get there. He'll get there without a shadow of a doubt. He's gone on and he's ran himself into the ground. Kev Lloyd, you know, obviously Covey through and through. You know what you're going to get with Kev. You know, a lot of heart. And we touched on Nathan before being club captain. The bonus today was having Chrissy Williams involved in the warm-up. So Chris is very, very close. Rye Williams is still being monitored. And other than that, you know, free of suspensions, touch wood. And you know, it's the headache that I want going into a crucial running. But the quality of the squad, yeah, you know, I think it is where we are. It's the reason we are where we are in the league.
Yeah, okay. Now, away from the football, you're making a bit of a fashion statement today,
yes.
Sean. Tell us about the snood.
Yeah, so we've got the snood at the retail at £10, I think, in the club shop. Yeah, that's right. So anyone that's watching the interview, go on down to the shop, see Peter. I'll be, you know, I think with a cold snap forecast next week, you need your hats, you need your snoods, so get yourself down to the club shop, and I certainly will be wearing it next week. It's a bit of a good luck omen, especially with 3 points today.
Okay. And
there you go, Pete, there you go.
And talking next week, what do you expect from next week's match, from next week's opponents?
I think it's been made tougher by the result last night. You know, Rill got a really good 4-0 win against Guilsfield, so there's no doubt in my mind whatsoever that Steve will get them in this week. You know, maybe a few words would be said, but they're home. They're going to want a reaction now, and it's going to be tough again. It's going to be tough again. But believe me, we've just spoke there as a group, and we're ready now. We're ready for the run-in. We're ready for the 4 games in which we've pinpointed. Obviously, that's one of the last 3 home games now in which we've got chalked off, and we've got Airbus and Kaisos to come here. But we're ready. We're ready. We'll go there, we'll look to impose ourselves on the game. But Guilsfield, for me, they came here early in the season. I think the scoreline was, 6-2. You know, despite that scoreline, they were one of the best teams we played. I thought they were very well drilled, very organised, and they set up with a game plan against us. We've just got to go there and impose ourselves on the game again, start on the front foot and dominate crucial areas of the pitch. And, you know, like I said, we're raring to go. We know it's going to be a tough game, but you know, that's 10 goals now in 2 games, and the confidence is very good within the group, so we'll go there confident.
Right, so I'm going to finish off efo gwers Cymraeg arall rwan, Sean.
Here we go. Dim pressure.
Felly, dim pwysau o gwbl.
Dim pwysau o gwbl.
A gem heddiw, marcell yn o ddeg.
Ar ôl y 90 munud, 8 allan o 10.
Na ni, dwi'n meddwl bod yna dweud bod dim dydy.
But yeah, whatever you said.
Yeah, 8 out of 10 says everything, doesn't it?
8 out of 10 says everything, yeah. 8 allan o 10 yn dweud bopeth.
Na fo. Diolch i chdi, Sean.
Diolch.
Diolch.